Now we take a look at the bigger picture. Ted Weisberg is here, founder, president, Seaport Securities, taking a look. Kevin, we just said bye to Kevin. Now, tell me what you think, Teddy, here about this market.
Well, I think we're going through a bit of a sector rotation, and Nicole, the period after earnings is always a difficult period for the market, in my opinion. Earnings have been pretty good, if not very good. The market's always reasonably positive during the earnings reporting period. And now the problem for the market is, what is it going to focus on going forward? And you've got all the popular averages that are basically trading at or near all-time highs. I mean, they're all more or less levitating. Right. A lot of sectors are, quite frankly, way overbought. So we get a little sector rotation. I don't think we need to worry about throwing the baby out with the bathwater here. I think we're simply just going through this sector rotation. And one of the perfect examples is if you look at today and the last couple of days, all of a sudden, a sector like big pharma, which would be Merck and Pfizer and Bristol Myers, and I throw in Teva also. It's not big pharma, but it's a medical stock. AbbVie acting good. So all of a sudden, you've got this movement out of the techs into one of the long-forgotten sectors, which is big pharma, which has been in trouble.
Which was supposed to be a real winner in 2026, but just didn't happen that way. Also, there was a lot of concern about pricing from the administration. But you think that now this group can make it back?
Well, 2 days don't make a bull market in big pharma. But the fact is, we've seen this rotation out of techs, in one case into the big pharma stocks. I think it's terrific. We've been lugging those stocks, it seems like, for years. They all pay nice dividends, but they basically can't get out of their own way. Maybe finally, they've got to price levels where there's real value there. I think there was an article a couple of weeks ago in Barron's which was suggesting that maybe it's time, for these big pharma stocks. Time will tell. But I think really it just underscores the fact that we just see movement out of the tech sector into other sectors, big pharma being one of them.
Right. You wouldn't buy tech here right now? You feel like it's a little frothy or what?
Well, no, I think it's very frothy, but I think the sell-off is going to create some opportunities. No, I don't think we're going to throw, as we said before, the techs out with the bathwater. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Certainly not going to throw the techs out, because at the end of the day, the market needs the big techs, and the big techs is where the growth is. So I think this is just sort of a pause. And it's painful if you just entered the field now. Obviously, you're looking at losses. But for most folks, they've been carrying these stocks for a long time, and so they're just giving a little back here. I don't think it's the end of the world.
What about a name like Meta? You have loved Meta from day one. Do you still love Meta? It's had an incredible run. Is Meta still a go-to for you?
Yes.
Why?
I still think it's the 800-pound gorilla in the social media sector. We always talk about, if Meta was a country, it'd be the world's third largest country behind China and India in terms of eyeballs, that look at their products, over 3 billion eyeballs. I think it's a spectacular company. Nothing goes straight up. I mean, the stock was trading at well over $800 a share just a couple of weeks ago. It's given back 100 points, but it not only Meta, but I would say the same for Oracle. I'd say the same for Google, and I'd say the same for Microsoft. These sell-offs basically at some point create interesting entry points for folks that don't own these names. But are we giving up on Meta? Absolutely not. And as you know, we've owned it, last time we determined at least 10 years. And if I had new money coming in, it would be a stock that we would buy.
Wow. And the Ray-Ban maker, Essilor Luxottica, ESLOY, has been a name that you've liked for a long time. This year, it went from $112 up to $160. It was up about 35% in this year alone because of those sunglasses, but it used to be at $66. I mean, you've liked this for a long time, and it's up probably almost $100 from when you first liked it. So kudos to you on that one. What do you do now? Do you take the profits here, or you keep the money in Essilor Luxottica?
No, I think we keep the money in Essilor because I think this is a very interesting company. It's Luxottica are the frame makers. Essilor make the lenses, but they're all over this whole eye care business. They have 25% market share. Lens crafter stores in the U.S., Sunglass Hut,
Right.
and then this relationship with Meta, by the way, with Ray-Ban, because they make Ray-Ban and Meta got together and make the glasses, that basically act like a computer, and
AI software,
and Meta had indicated months ago that they were going to buy an interest in Essilor, which they have announced. They bought, I think, 3%. How much they will end up buying, I don't know, but they bought those shares in the open market. So I just think Essilor as a standalone company is a very interesting company. We own the ADRs, which trade very thinly, so you have to be careful. The ordinaries trade in France, the ADRs trade here, and the ADRs simply track the ordinaries. But I think, a stock like that and any kind of pullback, yes, absolutely, it's a stock that I would buy.
Yeah, and what do you think about all that's going on? I mean, we've been hitting some new highs. We have tariffs, we have deals, we have geopolitical issues. Do you still feel confident in the market overall in 6 to 12 months?
Yes, yeah, we're basically still we're bullish on the market. We're nervous, and we never take our eyes off the exit. I've said this to you before. The first thing you do when you walk into a dark movie theater is not look for a seat, is look for where the exits are.
Right.
And it's quite frankly the same with the stock market. You always need to know where the exits are. But basically, we're going to stay long, and if we get enough of a sell-off, we have plenty of money sitting on the sidelines that would be happy to put to work.
All right, good to see you. Ted Weisberg, founder and president of Seaport Securities. Thank you, Ted Weisberg. Always great to see Teddy.